Stadium in Eugene. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Ducks headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air, it's Boley. That's caught. It's Anderson. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
And the Sun Devils can really attack on this second and short. The run inside. It's Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Snags it, and he's open. Touchdown, Arizona State! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Takes the handoff. It's Hill. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He might want another play.
Booster, booster.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Dante Moore. Here comes the heat. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The pass, it's Bowman. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. Again, it's Brown. Plows through the defense. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Brown. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. So right at the midfield stripe, never really a thought about punting. Thought they might try to make them jump, but they pick up the 1st down.
I think a lot of it speaks to the experience they have up front and in the backfield. Just knowing these guys have been in these sorts of situations before in big games, and they can go out, handle the pressure, and go execute and pick up the 1st.
The give on the counter. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Bowman. Moving out to the right. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. He works his way inside the 40, but they stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down from the 38.
Well, on that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after the catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up 4th. On 4th down, going to the air.
Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. To the air, it's Bolden. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, running back gets to give. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Trying to impose their will with the run. Knocked off his feet.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. He makes a catch. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's Moore to throw. Buys a little time. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. He wants to change this route. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Scanning the field, it's Bowling. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. It's Miller. Racing to the right. The 40. At the 20. He is in. Touchdown ASU. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
And it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on it and more attention to it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And the Ducks are in the hurry-up. Throwing more.
But one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. The Ducks are rolling down the field. Gets the back moving. Moore will throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Finds a crease at the 20. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Going to the run, it's Hill. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. And they've found no answers so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking to throw, it's Boley. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And finally, their big play receiver gets in the stat column with his first catch of the game. And we're here late in the second quarter. You got to give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've done a nice job taking him away and limiting his damage. Let's see if they can keep it up, though, because when this guy gets hot, he's virtually unstoppable.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down coming up. DB's right up on the receivers. To the air on second down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And, man, this offense is human. How about that, man? Like, first 3 drives, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. Finally don't execute at a high level, and that's a welcome sight for this defense. Finally giving up no points on a drive, forcing the fourth down, and hopefully getting the ball back to their offense.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Offense changing the play. Moore. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davison. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Quarterback adapting. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Got the quick pass. Here's a little room there. Touchdown, Ducks! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I think this offensive coordinator is going to be frustrated with his quarterback. You got the lead. You want to get more points. You want to be aggressive, but you cannot put the ball in harm's way near midfield. Now you've given the defense a chance to now go score points and maybe take the lead in this football game.
Quarterback may change this route. Dante Moore. Pocket breaking down. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. 4th down, Moore. He's got it. 1st down and more. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Moore to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Here's the pressure. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Absolutely perfect. And the 3-ball locks us up as we get closer to the half.
How big was that? Kicking the field goal to tie the game going into halftime, and you just sent a message to your opponent. There's a lot of ball left. We've got a lot of juice left in the tank. This game could go any way here in this last half.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On the snap, it's Miller. And he's going to lose yardage on that one, and that could be the final play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellows, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 5 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Volunteers in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Throwing more. Going to try to pop one on the screen. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. Making side adjustments here.
Slash. Booster. Freeze. Ready, go.
In the gun on 3rd down. Moore. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. The Ducks come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
Switch. Ready, go.
Moore. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
It'll be 3rd and long. Again, it's Moore. Bringing the heat. Hard run. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To throw, it's Bowling. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Harris. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
The Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. A give to Brown. And he'll be brought down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Makes the grab. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Sun Devils! That one will give them the lead. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Behind the chains now on second and long. Makes a grab and room to run. Touchdown, Oregon! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. The extra point here would tie the game. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Breaks into the open. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking downfield, it's Bowling. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground. Deadlocked here in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Hand off for Brown. And they get him down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Going for the big play. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the ball will bounce it to 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice job by the defense just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Quarterback making checks. Dante Moore. Here's a heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the tight end. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking for a man. It's Bowley. Catch in the middle. It's Brown. At the 35, he's got room. On to running room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And he puts through the extra point. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's Moore to throw. Stands in and takes the hit. Working the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Bear. there to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Gives it on the option. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Return! Q! Ready, go!
Throwing more. Spits it out to the back. Right on the money. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ducks! The Ducks with the answer. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, dude. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Back to throw, it's Bowling. Quick screen to the speedster out wide.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big...
They've got a first down here. Want to start his bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Unloads quickly. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Back to pass on 2nd down. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And defensive guys are taught to really work through the hands of the wide receiver. Whenever the ball's starting to come, I'm trying to smash that thing down as soon as the wide receiver's trying to catch it. If we both try to catch it, a lot of times you see those contested catches by the offensive player. Nice job by the defense, knocking it down, getting the ball on the ground.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Back to throw, it's Bowling. Makes the grab. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback. And that
breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown ASU! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. The Sun Devils take the lead right back. Getting set for the point after. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making adjustments. More. Pressure coming. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming.
Here we go. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Moore to throw for it on 4th down. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Dante Moore. Makes a catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. The Ducks win the end.
And this offense gets another passing touchdown. I tell you what, week 1, this connection works. Week 2, this connection working again. I tell you what, if I'm a defense, I'm going to start focusing in on that guy because they want to find him and make big plays.
And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the 4th. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Brown. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Brown again. And tackled there by the defense. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Runs through a man. He might have space. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
Dropping back, it's Boley. Fires to the tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now Oregon will call it second timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Probably need to pick up a few yards. From here, it would be a 62-yard attempt. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's got the tight end. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, there's an example of going to your tight end on third down. You don't quite have to throw to the sticks with him because he can make somebody miss and then go do the rest of the work himself. Really nice individual effort that time by the big fella.
Back to throw, it's Boley. Oh, they had the screen all set up on first down, and he couldn't make the catch.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
A give to Brown. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy, so we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
On third down, he drops to throw. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Plays like that are the type of plays that win you games. Bottom line, here we are, it's late. It's a close game. It's a huge third down, and somebody's got to step up and make the play.
And the Sun Devils decide to punt it away. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Paul. We're like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his...
If he runs this back, this game's over. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. On the ground, it's Davison. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
Ready, go!
Snags it, and there's running room. Got enough space. He got it in. A walk-off touchdown in overtime. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.